Hi, so today I wanted to do a quick tutorial to kind of show off some of our new makeup that we have for this season. I'm going to show you guys some new bronzers, a new lipstick, also our new petite palette. To get started, I always start with our matte 3D foundation. It's my favorite and it has really good coverage. For me, when I first started doing makeup, I would go spend like $45 on foundation. That's actually a big running joke with a few friends of mine, is that sometimes we would go out to eat and I would say, oh, I can't eat tonight because I just spent $45 on foundation. So this is a really good affordable foundation that is literally half of what I used to spend on foundation, but it's got really good coverage. As you can see, I normally have a lot of red spots. I have really dry skin and this covers it up really well. Just always make sure you kind of go back in your hairline because you don't want to have a big makeup line all around your face. I also tend to kind of put makeup on the edges of my lips and stuff just to kind of make everything the same color, and then also over top of my eyelids. And make sure you always brush down on your chin, that way you don't have a line at the bottom of your face as well. That's all we've got for a foundation, but next I like to always use concealer after I put on my foundation. And a lot of people do that first, but I normally stick to doing it afterwards. So you always want to make sure that you put your concealer on the inner parts of your face, always right here under your eyes. I'm in my senior year of college and I'm student teaching, so the bags under my eyes right now are bigger than they have ever been in my life, so I have to cover them up with a lot of concealer. But then you'll just want to go right down your nose, just to the inner parts of your face, right here at your cupid's bow, your chin, and just a few lines right here at the very bottom of your forehead. I like to use our blending sponge to kind of blend this in. I know some people like to use a concealer brush. A blending sponge does it a lot quicker. So once all of that has been blended, I like to take a shade that's a little bit too light for me of foundation and use our all over powder brush to kind of set everything on my face. Setting your makeup is really important because if you don't set it, sometimes you start to look oily throughout the day. So I like to always set it with my all over powder brush and a Mary Kay mineral foundation. I think the color I'm using today for my mineral powder is Ivory 1. And so that just kind of sets everything in place and kind of mattifies my foundation so it doesn't look really oily or shiny on my face. After that, I like to go into my brows and I like to use our Precision liner for blondes. And I always start by just doing a light stroke at the very start of my eyebrow and then going down into this corner. I have pretty thick eyebrows, so it's kind of hard to line them sometimes. I also have really blonde eyebrows, so it's even harder. I kind of like to make an outline for my eyebrows, kind of fill in right there, that arch, and then also right here in the front. Just do a few strokes up because you don't want this part to be thick. And after I've done my outline, I like to move into our brow tint. Just run it through my eyebrows to fill in those holes. I could spend about 30 minutes alone on my eyebrows. They look really thick right now because I don't have anything on my eyes. What I'm gonna do next is do my eye makeup, and I've got 4 colors here in our petite palette. So I've got Hazelnut, Cinnabar, Candlelight, and Moonstone. And so those are the colors that I'm gonna be working with today. So the first thing that I like to do is take Hazelnut and just run it through my crease. It's gonna look a little messy at first. It'll all blend together though. And then I like to take a clean blending brush and just kind of run it through just to spread that color out. That's a really good base color to start with. And after that, we're gonna take our Cinnabar and do the same thing. Make it just a little bit darker on the edges. Run it all the way through the crease. And then you're also gonna take that same color and just run it a little bit under the eye. I tend to go back and build on that darker color just to give it a little bit more depth. But then after that, you're gonna take a all over makeup brush and just put Candlelight on your lid. And that is such a good sparkle right there. I love that color. You're gonna just put that color all over your lid. And then last, go back to the brush that you used to put your darker colors in your crease and use Moonstone. It's a really bright sparkly color. We're gonna run it underneath the brow. And for a really sparkly look today, we've got new illuminating bronzers, sparkly eyeshadows. We're going really sparkly for today. I also like to put this on the inside of my eye, just right there, just to add. And then right under my eye as well. So that is it as far as that eye makeup goes, but this is something I like to do kind of every day. I do like a lot of sparkle on my eyes, as you can see, but it also is pretty neutral tones. So this is an eyeshadow I like to do for every day. It's a lot of sparkle, but as you can see, it's also a lot of neutral tones. So next we're gonna go in with some eyeliner, and this is our new waterproof liquid eyeliner pen. And for anyone who knows me, I am getting married in May. If I don't already talk about that enough, here's my ring if anyone wanted to see it. And I am going to cry like a baby the day of my wedding, but I also am just a crier and cry a lot in general. So I was telling my fiance earlier, oh, we have a new waterproof eyeliner, I can wear that on my wedding day. And he was like, Allie, I think you need that for every day. So this is our new waterproof eyeliner, so it doesn't come off when I cry every time I watch a Disney movie. So we're just gonna run a thin line, because we don't need it to look like a lot. We just want it to define our eye a little bit. And just take it down on your waterline just a tad. And then after I do that, I like to kind of go back in and just darken right there with that smudge brush we used for our eye. I'm always someone who says that eyebrows are twins, not sisters, because people like to say that they're sisters, not twins. But for me, my eyeliner is always sisters. I can never get them to be even. And I'm afraid that if I keep building on it and trying to make it even, I'm gonna end up looking like a raccoon. So we just go with uneven eyeliner a lot of the times. It is what it is. But next we're gonna do a lash primer. When I was younger, I would always watch my granny do her makeup. She is my makeup, fashion, all things in the world inspiration. She's also perfect. If you've not met my granny, you should do that. But she always primed her lashes. And I remember it used to always make her eyelashes look white, and I would always ask, Granny, why are you using white mascara? She would always say, no, Ellie, you've got to prime your eyelashes. So I'm big on eyelash primer. So thank you, Granny Frida, for that. Thank you for teaching me the ways of makeup. If you know my granny, you understand she always has the best makeup, and she only uses Mary Kay. I wonder why. Once you get your eyelashes primed, you want to let those dry just a little bit. And next you're going to put on mascara. And so I like to use our Ultimate Mascara. I think it goes on really nicely. Just got a new bottle too, so it's perfect. Something I like a lot about this eyeshadow and liner look is that I think it's good for all different eye shapes. I have a pretty big eyelid, and you can normally see the eye makeup put in my creases, but like my little sister has kind of a hooded eye. Her eyelids aren't as big, but this still looks good on her because you can still see that it's darker in the corner, and it lightens as you go to the center of your face, and that allows your eyes to just look a lot bigger and more open. So I really like this eyeshadow look. I think it works for everyone. Next, we're gonna move on to our contour. And so today, instead of using our contour pillars, I'm just gonna stick with our new bronzers. So I've not actually used these yet, so I'm really excited. So this is our first one, and it is Copper Glow. That's what I'm gonna use kind of as my base contour today. It's really nice and sparkly. What I like to do with this is just kind of make threes on the side of my face. So like, I like to make sure I go back on my ear so I don't have like a really big line from right here to my ear. And the same thing with this side. You just want to make big threes. You can go into your hairline just like with your foundation so you don't have big lines. I also like to kind of take my contour down my nose. And then you can use either your blending sponge or your all over powder to just kind of even this out. You don't want any big dark spots or lines. And then next, for kind of a highlight slash extra bronzer, I'm gonna use the top of this contour brush so it hits these higher parts, and we're gonna use the Gilded Glow new illuminating bronzer. It's just a lot lighter than the other. We're gonna run it that way. And we won't put this in the same place as we put the other one. We're just gonna kind of put it right above there, and then right down the nose. And on your Cupid's bow. And then I'm gonna go back to my all over powder brush and just kind of go over top of it a little bit just to kind of mix it all in. And today I'm gonna finish this off with our new lipstick. This is a blush velvet lipstick. It's a really nice color. I like to use a lip liner. I've always used a lip liner. Even if it's a little bit too light, I just always feel better lining my lips. So I'm using our light nude lip liner. And then let's try out our blush velvet. As you can see, this is like fresh lipstick. I've not used it yet, so. That's such a pretty color. And so that is our makeup look for today. So this will just be a lot of neutral colors, a lot of neutral tones. So for anybody who watches this video and likes the eyeshadows that I used or wants to order one of the bronzers, when you do that today, I'm going to give you a petite palette for free. So if you want to order these 4 eyeshadows, you can pay for the 4 eyeshadows and I will put them in this palette for you. And the palette will come free. So you buy the eyeshadows and you get the palette for free. Also, just remember that we've got our limited edition bronzers and our limited edition lipsticks, and I can post more information about those if you would like to see those. But this is our makeup look for today with some of our new limited edition items.